Awesome. All right, everybody can see my screen, and also you can see. I'm hoping recording is on, and I'm hoping everything's good. So first thing you want to do, you want to import some things here, right? Our goal is to get import regular expression, pp print, pprint, pretty print, and then URL live.request. All right, and these are the ones we're using to do some things in our program this time. The other thing you also want to do is that you basically want to, I don't want to use the word copy, but bring some of the items from the assignment, right? So if you look at the assignment page, there is a main in there. Main code is given. Bring that directly in, right there. And then also you need to have a class, right? And the class would be called Haystack. So let's just create the skeleton. All right, skeleton of Haystack on top, and inside the class also you need to use this. It's always good to use the code that's given to you. So I'm just bringing this over directly without any kind of problem. All right, so that's there now. What else is done to bring up? And then so there's some other code that I need to bring up, but at a later stage. So first, we want to have a URL, right? In this assignment where we were trying to crawl through websites in Extract like a search, right? So you need the web URL. Let's put this one, right? I'm gonna paste it here so I don't have to type it all over again. And then actually this is given already, so maybe yeah, it's here. Either way, it's in both places. It doesn't really matter. URL. I don't think I need to save a separate one, so maybe this is not really needed. Take it out because I'm using it in the main already, right? So first things first, right? In the Haystack class, we want to have some properties, right? And so in the init, right, def init, and in here, we are providing in the URL, all right, and also the depth, the depth of. So I'm going to say max depth, and let's keep it to 3. The level of search, all right, level of search, all right, and so okay, couple of things I'm going to help you here. There's few data structures that you need to collect information, right? So self.crawled, this is a set, right? What's the reason for being? I can use a list. I can use a list, but I'm using a set, right? Set allows me to put information here that's not a duplicate, right? So it will have a clean. I can add stuff to it all day long. It will only keep unique, right? Single items in there, and then I need to have a self.index. This is a dictionary, all right? You wanna have a list of dictionary of pages that is an index, and then a graph. Graph is basically a dictionary of items that you are extracting from each page. And then also I'm going to have self.max depth equals to max depth, right? Okay, so that will set everything up. Now, also here, I'm going to help you with this one too, because this is how I have done it. You would need some regular expression, right? Regular expression to extract the URL. So I'm going to just copy that I have. All right, copy this tag, put it right here. You can use it if you need to, but I'm just showing you some ideas of what could be done. And then later, I'm also using this list of right. Just that will give me this alpha. It's a predefined regular expression that only gives me alphabets, right? Not anything else. So those two you just set up for you to look at if you need anything. Okay, so in here, right in here, let's put a function. I'm going to say def crawl, right? And of course self URL, and then the depth, right? Those things. And then you have to put some code in there to check if the page has been visited already or crawled already. Then don't even look at it. All right. But either way, what you got to do. So once we're here, we want to do I'm going to put a to do here, right? To do check if page has been crawled. And other things too. I'm just putting what I can remember. Crawl. How do we spell crawl? LED maybe, crawl. All right, so then you can say content equal, we got to write a function here, and that actually we got a method, and this method basically what it will do. Now this is what I want to share with you. So def get page, right? Get page goes URL, actually self, I don't know, page, self URL. All right. And then inside here, it's always good to have a try and end this with a except, put a big print and error, something like that, error not found, right? And then also return with empty hand, nothing in there. So inside this try, if you look at the, if you in the assignment, right, it gives you a line of code where you can use that to get the content of a URL, and I'm just copying pasting right here. All right, this is a library, and you can using that you can create a request. But that request that we're creating, that's not the content yet. We have to do something else. And what we got to do is that I can say here content is equals to URL. Oh, not URL live. Right, dot request dot can you speak URL open, right? Open, and here you provide the request that we have, request object from top, and then simply do a dot read, all right, and then go ahead and decode this thing. The reason I've done it is because I want to print content and show you, but then we will also return content. All right, so let me check here. Okay, we have a get page, basically providing the URL. It uses this code that's provided for you. Read some stuff on the user agent, why that is needed, and then it uses that request object to actually read the content that is pointing to and decode it, and then prints the content. The other habit I have, you have seen me do it before. I put this kind of thing, so it kind of helps me when I print out. All right, so I'm just going to run it for no reason, just to see what happens, right? I'm pretty sure it'll give me some errors. Content equal, what's wrong here? Line 17. I wonder, this one I remember the last time when I worked on it, this was a static method, right? And oh, I know what's missing here. Missing is URL. Actually, I copied this all from them. Okay, so little problem. We'll fix it. All right, let's just do it this way. HDR header equals to, let's create a user agent, right? There's a dictionary, and put here case X and Y. And then this header, instead of doing that, I can assign the HDR, right? Like the request URL. Not that it makes a difference, but I'm not doing any compute yet, so let's just make our lives easy and take this out. So anytime you have a problem in your code, what do? You start crossing things out. Right? You start crossing things out, and you can see as I was crossing things out, I saw there is a content equal. Right? So isn't it funny how that works out? Like you have a problem and you're not even paying attention. It said line 17 to me, but because I have this code content equal right here, this is line 44. I didn't even think about paying attention to the line 17, right? Anyways, okay. So you folks would figure some things out, but now let's do this. So here I'm going to take this out. Actually, I'm going to take because I'm going to. So let's say return that number. Take this out. Control X. Take this out as well. The reason I'm taking it out is because this method, when I call that from other function, I'm going to print that out. So I will do that right here. So print content out, and also I want to say, oops, content equals to self dot get. I don't think I need static method. I thought it did, but I wonder if this is going to cause a problem. Okay. Sometimes depending on how you're using this, get page. What was I? Get. URL lower, that means lower everything. Right now, if I run that and see, yeah. How did I mess this up? That is a tab inside. Class. Right, that's wrong. That's what happens. This thing's just playing around too much. Take this out. All right. And then all of this, move it inside with a tab. Now, page printer. Not sure why that is giving me a red, but either way, we'll figure out in a minute. 27. All right, that looks good to me. Okay, we are making some good progress, right? So next thing, hashtag object has no attribute lookup. Where is that? Line number 33. And normally when you do things like that, you will have some problem. So this is all I'm going to take because we're not there yet, right? This comes late. So then let's just comment this out as well. 1, 2, 3. Oops. Right. Now on this one. Okay, so it ran properly. I don't know if that did something or not. All right, so now. It ran right, but it didn't do what, well, it didn't even call. So here, self dot crawl, and then here I need to provide URL, right? URL. What else does it need? Just a URL, and depth. Here, let's just say depth right? Depth 0. Maybe let's keep it 0. Oops. 0. So now running that line, it should give me, there you go, right? It gives me a whole bunch of stuff. So that is good. Now you can see how we can extract the the content. Okay. So once you have done you've got the content, all right. You need to. So here I'm going to write some comment here. You need to, once you get the content, then, right, you need to create an index, like an index chart or whatever you want to call it. And the way you're going to do that is, so that content, we can take it, right? We can use the, I'm just looking at my, no, compute ranks, not yet. So page to index, right? All right, now this will be interesting, right? So you need to have another function here, and let's call it define add page to index. All right, self, of course, self, and then URL, and then the content, right? So, and the idea for this method is to get, right? So here you will get all non-HTML words, right? And add them to the there's a self.index to the self.index dictionary, right? Okay, how do we do that? You can, well, you know, I'm going to help you a little bit, right? So here you can simply say non HTML equals to, simply you can, so the content, right? The content dot join that one, and then regular expression dot split, right? You're going to split that, and then you will use a whole bunch of stuff here. The tags, right? The tags is the one that tells you which items is tag dot anything content. All right, so now I'm going to, just for no reason, print non-HTML just to see if this even works. So once you have crawled the page, right, we want to simply all right, why is it complaining? Hopefully the hopefully my either way, we'll run it, see what happens. What is it complaining about? Add page to index, which is right here. Telling me it's not. Ah, I know why. Itself. All right, so this line non-HTML, before I print it, I'm going to do my thing here, right? I want to see a variation. See that? So all of this stuff is HTML on top, All right, and I'm printing it somewhere, line 17, I'm printing it. And then if you see line, this is all the text it extracted. See that? It's all the text. I mean, there's some unwanted material there, but either way. All right. So then you need to add this. I'm going to put a to do here for you all to figure out to do. Add the non HTML words to the self.index dictionary, right? That's what you. So once you've done, yeah. So that will help you going somewhere. After you've done that, right? So basically, now add page to index. That's looking. What time? I still got time. Right, you're adding page to. So you get in the content. This is almost like a driver. You'll get in the content. You using the content and you extracting all the all the non HTML terms on it, and you're putting it into like an index. All right. Now, so once you've done that, then you will. Then you got to do the right. So then you have to get the HTML tags, which are links. So the way you do that is, I'm going to give you the code for this one right here, and I'm going to copy this over, because then I'm not typing it over, right? So that line of code, all right, that line of code gives you the links on that URL. So I'm going to say print, right, and do my thing here again. Oops, one of links, right? And this other stuff that I'm printing, I'm take it out. This other stuff printing here to content, take it out, right? Run that line of code, and you see now I have a dictionary, right? That has two items on it, right? You see page 2 and page 4, right? So that's kind of cool. It's right there. Then, right? So once you have that, now you have all the words. Now you have, and the cool thing is that now you have you have the links. So then you need to have a you can add that to, right? So let's do this one. Right? I'm going to say self.graph, right? Graph is basically your links, right? Graph, and since this is a dictionary, this would be my URL. On that URL, this is my dictionary, right? So now if I print these out, this will make more sense to you. Control X. Right, that'll make more sense to you. Watch this. See that? So now in a dictionary, that is my key, which is page 1 HTML, and it has page 2 and page, whatever it is, 3 or 4, maybe 4. Right, so now it's pretty cool. And then after that, you would, once you have done all of these, then index, take it out. Then you basically, your self.crawled dot add URL, because you have visited it already, right? Crawled, I'm done. Then simply you check, check if you are not done with the depth. Depth means your level of crawling, then you basically you have a loop here that loop through outlinks, right? And call, and then in the loop you will call self.crawl, like a recursive method, okay? And here you'll put the I'm just making up stuff here, okay? Links, whatever the next one is, I'm putting, whatever value you get from the links, right? And then depth +1, okay? So that is it, right? You will have to do that. Once you have done all of these, right? I think these are fairly easy to kind of figure out. At least you can print this out and see what's happening. Once you have done those, crawling you've got the page, you have page adding to index. Then so in here, right, you have the graph. See that? The graph, right? You have the graph. Then basically you just copy the code from the assignment, which talks about the compute, right? The compute, and I'm going to copy it over. It may not come as properly, but I'm just going to copy it over either way. Right here, right? This code. So this is cool because you don't have to change a single thing in here. Don't change anything. You have a graph there already, right? And you supply the graph, and it will go ahead and look through various things. All right, look through various things, but you have a graph there already, so you don't have to worry about that. And then after that, also, you got to have a lookup code, right? Lookup code is pretty simple, and that one, you basically go through your index dictionary, right? Go through your index dictionary, and basically you can sort it out too, right? So think about it this way. In the dictionary, the index page, right? The index is a dictionary. It will have not hierarchy. It will have a rating for each page, right? Maybe number 4, number 5, number 10, whatever, some kind of decimal rating maybe. So it's good for you to sort it out in a reverse order. The reason is that because then the very first item on top in the reverse order, based on that rating, the ranks, that will be your most highly ranked page, and you just pick the first one. So you have to figure that out a little bit, and then just print the results out. Printing is pretty easy too, because you're using that module of print. Pretty print. See that all that pretty print index graph. All right, and this is where it does the lookup page. Let me see what else can I. So I think you all have some good amount of guidance that you can use. All right. Okay, let me put some pseudocode here for you guys to. Then you will also have a code here called define lookup. All right, and this basically takes a self and a keyword, right? Because I'm looking for a page, right? I'm looking for a page, and then what you got to do here, this is all to do, right? This is all you got to figure it out. Get URLs for the keyword from index self.index, right? And then once you've got that, then you then you can basically, now, do we have another dictionary here? We have graph, crawl. I think we need to have another one. Maybe we don't. So URLs on there, right? And yeah, once you get the URLs, and then you basically you can look at, right, all of these URLs. You could look at all the pages that belong to it, and then, like I said, sort it in reverse order, right? And then you just use the the top item. All right. So I think that'll give you some. Hopefully, that'll help you. Okay, I'm going to double check if I'm missing anything else in my notes. All right, so I think that is good for today. Hopefully that helps you folks to some extent. But either way, please reach out if any questions or anything. Thank you.